Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulaiman Rahim here, Messenger of the Covenant, Breaker of the Seven Seals. Welcome. Sisters and brothers, today, time is up. Hell awaits. Holocaust. You know, I was watching this program last night. Chuck Carlson has women on. It's sickening. How they're desperate to deny the Holocaust their part in it. Desperate. Because they know, but most you don't know, that they're in judgment. They know something happened in 2020. They know the world changed in 2020. They're talking about it. They don't want to admit where it is. But a lot of them do know where it is. They know they're in judgment for what they've done, the Holocaust. Holocaust. They don't want you to know. But she's trying to blame the Holocaust on the African kings, on us. We the cause of our Holocaust. You know, we the ones that made them rape us and beat us and torture us. Oh, the African kings, you got to blame them because they're the ones sold their people into bondage. Oh, okay. I ain't gonna argue that point. It's not true. I mean, there be some aspects of it maybe. But even if it was absolutely true, 100%, that made you rape us, beat us, torture us, lynch us, feed us shit. See, that's the Holocaust. They don't want to call it that. They don't want to call it slavery. They want to diminish it and every kind of, you see these stupid movies, the slaves are happy. They're ignorant people, right? They're ham. They love to be slaves. They love to be raped and whipped and punched. They love that stuff. See? But now, as they say, the chickens has come home to roost. Time's up. Time's up. That's what we're going to talk about. Time is up. Time's up. I gave you a warning last month. I said, immediately, let us go. Better read Exodus because you didn't take that warning. Now the plagues are coming. You got 9. First plague was COVID. Now you got 9 more. At your doorstep. Only thing holding them back is nothing. Because I've done my part. See? I brought the angel to you. I calculated days all the way up to today. Today. Because tomorrow, you're in Master Farad Muhammad's world. You're in his world. You're not my world. You're in his world tomorrow. Because he's going to pull the trigger. I brought you up to September, the Sabbath, 7th month, from March, which is official spring, month of spring, March 21st. 6 months. You had a silence. So it's up to Master Farad Muhammad if he's going to give any more silence than that. 6 months ends today. Time's up. Should have heeded my warning. You're in his world. Come tomorrow, midnight, you're in his world. Because I've calculated angel. I gave angels calculations all the way down to the T. Today. Gave it to you. So whether he wants to honor that or go beyond, you'll find out tomorrow. Whether he honors it or not. If he give you any more time tomorrow, you'd be on really borrowed time. Really borrowed time. I don't think he'll give you any time. But if he may give you a day or two. I don't think much more than that. We'll see. But time's up. Time's up. Should have heeded my warning and started processing the process of getting us out of here. Could avoid yourself a little time. But now you're facing defeat after defeat after defeat after defeat after defeat until you're gone, totally destroyed, eradicated. So I'm going to go through some of these calculations. I mean, I did a calculation I did a year or so ago. I did it for you again when I did yesterday. That was an old one from a year or so ago. So I'm here to tell you time's up. 30-some years in coming. I've been waiting for this day for 30-some years. I told you they would not resign that JCPOA. I told you it was coming. I didn't call it JCPOA, but I knew they was going to be under control of the nations for 3.5 years, 42 months. Which it was. Even Daniel, in the middle of the week of 7 years, 3.5 years, treaty would be broken. Would agreement be broken? That's exactly what happened. Started 2015, 3.5 years later, Trump broke the agreement. There'd be 3.5 years of pressure. Iran, enriching uranium. That's putting pressure, because that's what this whole thing's about. That's putting a lot of pressure on America, as far as Israel, UK, Gog and Magog, even Europe. That's putting a lot of pressure. They're putting a lot of pressure. That's what it's talking about. They're putting that pressure. Should be 3.5 years of pressure, right? Which would take you from 6 months, 18 to 22. 18 plus 6 months is 19. Add 3 to that, that's 22. Put on that pressure. There'll be 6 months of quiet silence where you desperately trying to revive that treaty, that agreement, which I told you would fail. It's the last day of it. That silence. During that silence, you'll be attacking Syria. I told you all these things. You'll be attacking Syria during that silence. That's what you've been doing. And your days of attacking Syria is over. According to angels, over tomorrow. Or today. Last day of doing that. Now they're going to, what's it, empire strikes back. Time's up. Your time is up. It's up to Master Brah Muhammad now. But if he want to give you even a second, you better hope, you better glance down me, because you wouldn't even got this far. Out of my hands. Time's up. Time's up. Told you, let my people go. The ones that want to stay, let them stay here. We don't want the demons. You can keep them. We don't want them. You couldn't give them to us. We told you, I warned you last month. Says, it's your last chance. Immediately. You didn't heed the warning. Proclaim the Holocaust, what you did. Tell my people, let them know exactly, understand exactly what you did. Okay. So now shit eating is in your future. See how you enjoy eating shit. Because you should have espoused it over and over and over. For 6,000 years, you got really, you perfected it in the last 500 years. Time's up. Time's up. Telling you two demons too. Farrakhan, time's up. Time's up. You better pray to Master Brah Muhammad, the one you claim that you believe in. He gives you a couple more days. I don't think he will, but we'll see. It's in his hands now. I can't take any further as far as time is the angel, because I calculated all the way down to the last second. Time's up. Angel time is up. As far as you're concerned, hell awaits. You're going to see hell full exposed to view. Because once Master Muhammad pulls that trigger, you will know nothing but hell. You have not one day of peace from that point forward. Total derision, total confusion, total horror, 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 and more horror, 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 enforced by terror, terror, terror. What you gave to us. That's what you gave us for 40 years. So you better get a good night's sleep tonight. Because unless Master Farad Muhammad decided to give you any extra time, that'd be the last good night's sleep you will get. That'd be the last good night's sleep you will get tonight. Time's up. Time's up. So let's see. They left it up to Master Farad Muhammad. They didn't leave it up to me. They gave me the calculation. Scientists gave me the calculation, and the calculation was precise. Because the climate and everything they said is exactly like they said it would be. Exactly. The only point is, Master Muhammad has the trigger. I don't. If I had, you'd been gone a long time ago. That's the only thing. Is he going to hesitate? Is he going to wait? Is he got whatever? He's faithful and true. He's going to pull it. I have no doubt about that. My faith in him is 150%. I think he's going to pull it. I think he's going to pull it tomorrow. I think it's what I think. We'll see. He's a God. But so far, the engine's been 100% on track. Hasn't been one error yet. Not one flaw yet. Time has been immaculate. So we'll see. We'll see. But once he pull that trigger, right? This reality crashes, and our reality is born. Will nature be born in a day? Our reality is born. Will Babylon's destruction happen in a day? The faster we rise, the faster you're going to fall. We're going to rise fast. We're going to rise fast. Because no matter what happens, the next 18 months, no doubt, we will be sitting home. I think we'll be home much sooner than that. I think we'll be home by this time next year. Back firmly situated in our homeland, our natural land. We've been absent from 50,000 years. It threw us out 50,000 years ago. Now we're reclaiming. I think we're back there this time next year. And this time next year, you're going to be eating shit if you're eating it all. And everything you get, be just. Say that. Say God's just. Everything you get will be just. Time's up. Time's up. I wasn't even going to take time to even say this today. I was just going to get some rest. Wife been telling me get some rest. Because my journey, my odyssey, this day I've been waiting for, I got many tasks to perform still. It's one of the major ones. Because signals the end of Babylon. into Babylon, into our oppressors, tormentors, rapists, monsters, beasts. Soon as you're in, as it says, you cannot even imagine what's about to happen to you. It says, men's hearts be failing for fear was coming upon the earth. It means America specifically, because the powers of the heavens, Middle East, shaken. Who has the power in the Middle East? Shaken. And it's be so dramatic, and so terrible, so awful to conceive that their hearts would not be able to withstand it. They just explode in their chests. Just from the anticipation. Oh man, because that was not supposed to happen. The wonders and wonders that they're going to see in the Middle East, that you're going to see. Oh, you're going to see the hand of God in action. You've been seeing little shadows flying around. No, you don't say it anymore. It's the hand of God in action. You become UFOs anymore. A hailstorm. Like the likes you've never seen, ever. Your little toy soldiers, your little toys, atomic bombs, all that stuff is meaningless before Master Farah Muhammad, the God. Meaningless. He looks at that like firecrackers. And nothing. I'm trying to educate my people to where the power really is. All this power, prince of the air, prince of the power of the air. It's nothing. It's nothing before Master Farah Muhammad. You read Habakkuk, you just come before him. And that's Master Farah Muhammad. What about that little stone? That little nation about to be born there. Suleiman's about to raise. That little stone's going to crush not just you, but the rest of y'all. All the nations. But your little toy weapons, they're meaningless. They're meaningless. I mean, when you think about it, if he was afraid, if he feared them, he could stop him making them. Because he came on the scene before you even had them. He could stop you 80 years ago. He could stop your tracks 80 years ago if he wanted to. He wasn't afraid of your weapons because you have none. I mean, you might as well come out there with a hunting knife. You're going to see all that might power you thought you had. Again, you thought you had. I'm trying to get my brothers and sisters to wake up and understand. They don't need to fear that stuff. We're not going to run out of here. We're walking out elegantly like the kings and queens and gods and goddesses we are. We're not going to run out of here. I'm not run from you no more. I sure as hell don't fear your dumb ass. You're wicked. You're beasts. He says, the Most High. Who is the Most High? I say, be laughing at you. I got atomic bombs. Well, okay. I got missiles. Hypersonic missiles. Okay. Even your best pilots say, when they see one of those, see Master Muhammad, those peak of his power, they're amazed because they know they can't touch it. You have nothing. We knew about you before you came to existence. We brought you in existence. And we knew every move you would make, everything you would do. So we didn't have to even bring you into existence if we were afraid of you. Why would we bring you into existence if we was going to be afraid of you? Afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. You got fear in our people, but that fear is about to be removed. Because when they see the hand of Master Farah Muhammad in motion, they realize that hand is for them in their favor, that fear is going to evaporate. It's going to evaporate like it never happened. But when you realize that hand is coming against you, heart explodes. Men's hearts failing for fear of those things coming upon America. Because the powers of heaven be shaken. Your power is broken there. Broken in heaven. Broken. You never return to the Middle East again. You be broken, totally broken. And your false idol you got setting up over there, false Israel, oh. If I was them, I'd be getting out of there immediately right now. Because they're going to be in the hands of those they've been oppressing. They're going to be given to the hands of the Palestinians. Can you even imagine what that's going to be like? Because they've been doing those people, and those people don't forget. They ain't like our people. I mean, but our people went through a lot, right? They ain't go through what we went through, but they don't forget any damn thing. I mean, those people, they blow themselves up. So what you think they do to their enemies? They want to blow themselves up. What do you think they do to their enemies? What do you think they're going to do to false Israel? What do you think going to happen to those people? If I was you, I'd be out there now. I wouldn't hesitate. I'd be on the plane. I'd be out there now. But there's no place in the world that you can hide. Only thing you do is, right, is get away long enough to blow your brains out somewhere. Because when they get their hands on you, there will be no mercy. None. Because the memory of 74 years of what you've been doing with these people, it's stuck in their brain. It said it'd be like you run from the bear and you run to the lion. Escape the lion, you run home and lay your head against the wall and snake gets your ass. That's what you don't understand that, but you're going to understand it in a minute. See, because you never had wisdom, you had good luck. Your maker gave you good luck, but you took it to be wisdom. And all this shit that you've been doing, all the strategies and all the wisdom, everything you thought you had, all that shit's not going to work. It's like a person goes to Las Vegas, they got really lucky. They make all these stupid, crazy bets, and they working, man. This guy's lucky. Well, but he think he's wise. Oh, man, see how wise I am? See, I double down and know all this double stuff, right? And, and make all this crazy. I'm winning. Look, I'm winning. And he thinks it's wisdom, see? He don't realize it's luck. Then he writes a book. Tell everybody, see, you do it this way, do it that way. It ain't work for nobody, but unless they're lucky. And then one day he goes in, the luck runs out. Takes all his money with it, but we're going to bust the bank now. And all of a sudden, he's losing all over the place. You understand it? Man, because he didn't understand that his wisdom was really luck. See? Dr. Yaku gave you luck. He gave you excess energy, disposable energy, disposable income. And so you had disposable energy. But energy times discipline equals power. That's why he had to give you discipline, sealed Bible, so you have power. But every time every time you drifted away from the scripture, you lost your power. You had energy, you lost your power. And now you're not just drifting away now, you're in free fall. Transgenderism and all, and now you got children going to drag queen show and all that. I mean, the stuff you're doing, you're in free fall. Even if you had power, Master Muhammad doesn't fear it. I don't fear it. He don't fear it. Because there's nothing to him. You're like dust to be blown away. But in your mind, you're so powerful, it's like, during the wintertime, say you're a winter king, you're the ice, you're ice man. Your whole nation is made of ice. You, man, look, you funnel. Look, man, you got icebergs and icicles and You know, you got icicle weapons and all this stuff, man. So, you know, whole your power is based on ice, ice, ice. And you got real hard, terrible winter, man. You just kicking everybody's ass. The people are spring people, you're kicking their ass. The autumn people kicking their ass. The summer people, you're definitely kicking their ass. And you just, man, look, you're formidable. And then here comes the spring star. All of a sudden your holes, nobody cares for you anymore. Because all your kingdom is melting before your eyes. See, that's the one danger my people have to worry about. Because once you see it's melting, you say, well, hey, my kingdom is, once you realize it, that's your attack. Before your weapons are all gone. That's what you're going to do. I already know all your moves. I haven't told everybody all your moves. I know all your moves. See, because once you realize that, as your power is evaporating fast, see, then you're going to attack with what you got left. And we're ready for you. Time's up. Hell awaits. What do you call it? Box seats. You got box seats, brothers and sisters. Watch your destruction. Every detail. As you watched ours, we play with us, tortures us, laughing like you're having fun doing it. Dancing, enjoying, you know. Raping our women in front of our men. You're horrible people. And we're going to avenge our women. Make no mistake. We're going to avenge our women. You don't F around with our women. We're going to avenge them. They went through it. They were soldiers. They are soldiers. They went through it. They was told what to expect. They tough. They soldiers. They said, okay. All they want to know was, are we going to avenge their honor? That's all they wanted. Are you going to avenge their honor when it's over with? And we say, hell yeah. You might have to ask that question. Do you have to ask? We're going to avenge their honor. More dramatically than how you took it. We're going to avenge their honor. That's all they want to know. Do you really have to ask, sisters? Because we love you. You're the goddess of the universe. Avenge your honor? Hell yeah. You should never touch our women. I mean, you touched us, that was terrible. But you should have spared our women. See? Because we give personification to everything. So we personification of your consequence. So we determine the quality of consequence. So you're going to get consequence. See, consequence comes if consequence is 24, right? We can make it 12 plus 12, make it 6 times 4. Make it 12 plus 2 times 6. You understand? We can make the quality we want. So we're the quality of your consequence. If we're going to give you the quality back, and a large part is going to be avenging our women. Because you're going to be totally humiliated. Totally humiliated. In front of your women, in front of your children, and then you'll be eradicated. Because when you go, you're not going down like Asgard and Thor, throwing down fighting. No, you ain't going down that way. You're going down the cowards you are, especially demons, especially Farrakhan. And we got news for you too, buddy. You should never mess with our people. You come in, You robbed God. You sat in Elijah's seat. Talking about you with Elijah, profaning his name, his legacy, shitting on it. We got news for you. You think you're going to get away with that? You already castrated your ass. And you got more coming. See, you're gonna ride the unicorn. I know you don't know what that is, but you're gonna find out. You don't want to know what that is. So letting you know, brothers and sisters, okay, come at me. Come on. I'm not hiding. Time's up. Time's up. The last day. Enjoy it. So you're master from how much time after today. And if you want to be merciful, give you extra days, whatever. That's his call. It's not mine. I told you, I gave you the angel. That's my book. That's my responsibility. And I kept the faith. I kept the faith. Nobody can say I haven't. I kept the faith. 30-some years. Now it finally come to this day. I've been waiting for 30-some years. I kept the faith. I never broke faith. I've been in all kinds of duress, stress, homeless, jailed, put on trial, lied about, attempted murder. I've had it all. Never broke faith, and I'm not compromising. Devil's still a devil. Master Muhammad still God. Elijah Muhammad still messenger of Allah. You still the inheritance of Abraham. You're the line of inheritance. See? Jacob's seed. Time of Jacob's trouble. We'll be delivered out of it. But you won't be. Time's up. Time's up. I don't need to be teaching about the angel anymore. At least not the way I have been. But time's up. I was faithful, loyal. I've done my job. I brought you right up to this day. But you right up to this day. Here we are. Time's up. Like I said, you're on Master Muhammad's time after midnight tonight. You're still in angel time right now. 6 months from March 21st. That's the time of silence that ends today. 21st of September. So we see if, because there's no other time, at least not for you. In fact, as far as the angel is concerned, that's the end of time. It says it's time, when the four winds blow, that time is up. That's the angel time. Mean it's not end of time. That means that's end of your time. Just destruction after that. So what's Master Muhammad pull that trigger? At the end of your time, you'll never know a day of success, not an hour, not a second of success. Nothing but destruction. Hell, hell, horror, terror. Hell, hell, horror, terror. That's all you're going to know. Death in Hades. Time's up. So I'm going to go through this quickly. Last time I'm going to do it. I will decide whether you want to do this or not. Let's go this quickly. Because the great Armageddon, that's the 9 plagues. That's on me. But that doesn't happen until Master Prophet Muhammad. I have to wait for him to pull the trigger. Then I release those 9 plagues in your ass. Told you to let people go. I told you to let my people go. I told you, I said immediately, warned you last month. Said immediately, you had opportunity, could have bought yourself some time. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe, yeah, who knows? See? But those plagues designed finally to drive us out here all together. So let's go through this quickly. Oops. So we got here. We're talking about JCPOA. I've been telling you for years. I said they're not going to go back to it. Obama, he's the one that did it. Now we're going to throw a little angel time here. Last time I do this for this purpose. I said I wasn't going to talk to you at all today. Anyway, Obama, I talked about this yesterday. I'm just going over what I talked about yesterday. See? He's one riding a white horse. He's one the foot seal said he has authority over 1/4 of the earth. Well, here's an African has authority over 1/4 of the earth. 1/4 of the earth represents America. What other African person has had authority over any European country? So that's Obama. He's the one that said JCPOA, he's the one that attacked Syria. Two things together. Both things together when you read the 5th or 6th seal. Okay? Angel is very, very, very precise. The angels, it's not about future stuff. It's primarily, well, about the war future, the latter days. But primarily, almost all of it, 9% is about what's happening right now. Now, like any other book that you had, the Bible talks about a whole range of things, right? The Quran, same thing, but the angel, specific. Except for millennia, chapter 20, everything's very specific. Very specific. From Master Muhammad's arrival until your end. JCPOA started 2015. Same thing, Obama attacked Syria. Two things together. Okay. Chapter, the 5th seal and the 6th seal. So this is when the two witnesses, Syria and Iran, they go under fruit of the nations, specifically Iran, under fruit of the nations. Okay. For 42 months or 3.5 years. But JCPOA effectively put Iran under the authority of the United Nations, under fruit of the nations, because they would have to monitor them and everything else. They have to submit to the dictates of the UN. That was the idea. Okay. 2015. In the middle of the week, 3.5 years, like I said in Daniel, agreement was terminated. 3.5 years later, 2018, 6 months. 3.5 years. That's what it says in chapter 11, 3 days and a half. Okay. And attacks continue on Syria. Got to read chapter 5th seal for that one, because those attacks will continue until Master Muhammad pulls the trigger. Okay. But he tell me, wait, just wait. Because he says, he talks to Iran, that's chapter 5th seal. You have to wait till your fellow brothers or servants, right, witnesses, have went through what you went through. Because they was attacked by the years. And then I would go into action. And they've really been after Syria the last 6 months, haven't they? Right on time, Mr. Trump. Thank you. Yeah. Doing a big thing. We know what you're going to do before you do it, like an eclipse. We know exactly what you'll do before you do it. So once it's done, Iran start preparing for it, start enriching uranium. That means they start rising. It's going to be a 3.5-year period for that, which will take you from 2018 and 6 months to 2022. They put pressure on the West. See? But that's that wind they're talking about chapters in the 6th seal. They put pressure because more they enrich uranium, the closer they get to the bomb. That's put more and more pressure on America, Gog, Magog, and false Israel, Antichrist, America and Britain. Let's put pressure on them. Every day they enrich more and more uranium. They put more pressure because they can't let them get atomic nuclear bomb in their mind. Because if that happens, false Israel is dead. Because the Iranians outnumber them at least 10-1. So they put probably 6 million of them in false Israel, right? There's over 60 million Iranians, over 10-1, not to mention all the Arab countries. And so if they can't use their nuclear weapons, they cannot survive a ground fight, especially with temperatures high they are right now. Everybody's, and all the shit they have done, all the enemies they, Hezbollah and Hamas. Whoa. That's why they can't afford to let them have a nuclear weapon. Because then, false Israel, that's what they hold over everybody's head. See? So they can go attack, do what they want to do, willy-nilly. Carte blanche, just do anything they want to do. Because if you mess with us, we'll drop a bomb on your ass. But now Iran said, we'll drop one back on your ass. That means they neutralize theirs, and then what they got left? When they get a ground war, and false Israel cannot win that. It's impossible. When a 6-day war, everything, that's bullshit. A 6-day war, if I go into details about that, you understand. The Arab countries, they would have won that war. The Arab leaders didn't want to, because they wanted false Israel to be over there, because they want to keep that lie going that they the true seed Abraham, that they the ones that inherit the land, because they was on board with all that. Because Elijah Muhammad was telling them that that's our land. And we had the proof. And so they was on board with that. So when they went through a 6-day war, they didn't do anything. They didn't really push. They really didn't want to win. I mean, it's pathetic. Because that time they didn't have no nuclear weapons, anything, false Israel. They could have wiped them out just like that. They wanted to. The leaders didn't want to. The people did. The leaders didn't. They're the ones held back. See, there's a lot more to it than brothers and sisters. Anyway, 2022, that's what it says. And then there'll be a 6 months silence. The silence coming. Right there in chapter 11. I ain't making anything up. And then the silence. There'll be 6 months silence. Where's 6 months silence? Read 6 seals. The 5th seal is silence. He hears nothing. That's where they're talking about Iran and Syria. In Syria, you got to wait until you suffer the same thing Iran suffered. That's what it's talking about. So during that that's the 6 months. Because it says that after 3.5 days, right, the spirit of the God came into them, right? And then it stood upon their feet. There's 2 movements there, but it's still moving. That's a wind. There's 2 movements there. So 3.5, that spirit of God came in. Then it stood upon, 6 months later, stand upon their feet. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow they kick ass. Tomorrow they kick ass unless Master Muhammad restrains us for whatever reason. I don't know why he would do that. So if I was a betting man, I should bet on that tomorrow they're going to kick ass. So I ain't calling shots from Master Muhammad. I'm telling you what my study. Because from an angel point of view, time's up. It's over. So you better borrow time because I'm Master from Muhammad's time after 12 o'clock tonight. So we'll see what he's going to do. If he don't pull a trigger tomorrow, I don't think he'll be much later when he does. I can't see it, but I can't go any further with the angel on this one, because the angel tells you, get precise. It's angel time. It's today. Time's up. And whenever you open seal the seventh, that's right. Silence carried as half an hour. That's half an hour is a year. A year is an hour. Half an hour is 6 months. And 6 months after, that 3.5 years after Trump abrogates that agreement, that puts you, there's last day of that 6 month silence. They're pushing on America. See, they're covering Russia and EU because they negotiate with them. But they want to negotiate with America and Britain as far as Israel. But they put pressure on them. How they put pressure on them? Because they're enriching that uranium. They know they have to do, they know they can't just walk away. As far as Israel has no choice. But it says they're going to try to make a sneak attack. But Master Muhammad's going to move before them. So maybe they're going to try to do it today, because that's why he's going to wait to pull a trigger and say, do this sneak attack. Is that what he's going to wait? Hey, I can't call for Master Muhammad. He's the God. See? So is he waiting to they actually make their move? And we know they got to make their move almost immediately. It's an existential threat. Because they're telling you right now, Iran's like days away from making a nuclear weapon. And they cannot let that happen. They let that happen before Israel's gone. Because they have no ability to threaten and do the stuff they're doing, run around, do anything they want to do. They can't do it anymore. Because now someone else has a nuclear weapon. And if they threaten somebody with that, Iran can threaten them back. And just take one bomb to knock out false Israel, the only side of New Jersey. That's about the size they are. So if their nuclear weapons are neutralized because Iran has them, that means now you got a ground war and they cannot win it. Hezbollah and Hamas being there like, what do you call it, shit on stink? Well, stink on shit, I can say it. Oh, you got a filthy mouth, you damn right. Because it's time and I'm happy. I've been waiting for this day for 30-some years, patiently. So you can call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care, because I know what's going to happen to you. That's what's happening right here. And also, you see something else going here, because it says just before Suleiman is revealed, made known to everybody, he takes power. It says he come with division, or he's divisive. That's what it says. Or he survived. Look, he survived black people up between demons and all this stuff. And you got a filthy mouth and that kind of stuff. I talk to those old timers. They tell me how they used to talk back in the day when Elijah Muhammad was just getting started after the Mass from 11. He said, boy, you should be surprised the language they used to use back those days. I ain't even go into it, but anyway, I'm not making no excuses. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just telling you like it is. When it's shitstorm, and I'm going to tell you when it's shitstorm. I'm not going to tell you, man, it's a manure storm. I don't care. Look, that's your problem. Anyway, this your effing language. If you don't like it, you shouldn't give it to us. We don't have crap like this in our language. So if you don't like the way I talk, you shouldn't give us this stupid ass language. The one thing about his language is it's appropriate language you're in a shitstorm. Because it calls shit. And we have been in a shitstorm for nearly 500 years. But see here, it says mother against daughter, father against son, mother against daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law against mother. That's exactly what's happening, division. America against Russia, that's the mother against mother. You got to understand, you understand this, right? Britain and Europe broke apart 2020. Europe, EU and Britain, you so called Brexit. And now you got all this conflict right now between the Christian blacks and America, all that stuff going. It's just said to be like. So I started out there. There's a lot of stuff else I can throw out there too. I'm just telling you. Time's up. Time's up. I keep telling myself, why am I even wasting my time to talk? Because, it's like, trying to talk to a man that's only got one breath left, right? Even if he hear you, what difference do it make, right? I mean, you only got one breath left, right? And you try to give a message, even if he hear you, what difference do it make? Have that breath is gone, that's, and that's all you got is one breath left, America. It's not a good one. It's full of pain, consequence. What's false? What's false? We've been talking about all the last 6 months. They're going to attack Iran because they have no choice. They only said they allocated money and everything else. They went to their Knesset and everything, all that stuff. They allocated what, $1 billion, $2 million, and they already doing training, runs, and everything else. Because you understand, they have to attack Iran because they don't. They're dead. They have to stop Iran from making a nuclear weapon. And Iran is beefing up the whole process. I mean, they beef up the whole process. They rich uranium like you wouldn't believe. Some people think they might already have a nuclear weapon. Some people already think they might have one. Because they're smart, man. Those people invented chess. So they think they already have one. But they don't have one. They got enough uranium. They said they got enough. The UN said they have enough right now to make a bomb. That means the existential threat. That means false Israel has to act immediately. Because they said the only problem is now all they got to do is be married to an actual physical device. What you call the housing of the bomb. Got to put the material in it. They said already reached up to 60% they know about. You only need 80% to explode it, 9% to be 100% sure. And they say they already have that. I try to get you to understand here. I'm not wasting my time anymore because you don't see the thing here. They have, no matter what happens, they have to stop false Israel. I mean, they have to stop Iran and they will not go back to JCPOA. And the whole idea was to stop them or slow them down from enriching uranium. And now they're going full speed ahead. They say they're enriching uranium now like you can't believe, right? So that means they have to stop them. They have no choice. They have to stop them immediately, not next week. Because they think in their mind, they already may have enough now. And it may only take a couple of days or a month or a week or a couple of weeks to marry to an actual physical device. And then the case over, false Israel is dead. Now they can't run all around the Middle East attacking Syria and every place else, right? Because now they can retaliate because they got a bomb too. Syria's not attacked, not because they're afraid of false Israel's military on the ground. They ain't afraid of that. Their soldiers are just as good as theirs. They just don't want to get nuclear attacked. That's why they restrain themselves. They don't want to get hit by a nuclear bomb. But now once Iran has one, that threat is gone. Then Syria kicks their ass. It moves in there. Because now they're not under threat of a nuclear attack. That's what's going on. And right now you got to put add it up. So if Iran's on the threshold of having a nuclear bomb, and that would be total destruction, immediate destruction of false Israel, what did Israel do? False Israel do in that case? What does America do? Because they already said we're going to protect it. So what do they do? And now how much time what's the window of time they got to work with? What's their window they got to work with? Almost nothing. That means we know this attack is imminent. And we know Master Muhammad is going to move before they do. So do the math, add it up. So I don't think Master Muhammad is going to delay at all. I think tomorrow, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I'm patient. I've been patient 30-some years. I think I'll be patient for a couple more days. Because I tell you, there's no way in the world this day's going to go much longer than that. I mean, if it does, proof. But I'm patient. He's the God. I'm patient. I saw this day coming 30 years ago. I've been patient for 30 years. I can't handle 30 more days, 30 more seconds. I know we ain't talking about another year. I know we ain't talking about that. But that throws other things off that you don't know about. There's a silence. 6 months silence over. I was telling you, that silence after the silence over, that's when he says, when you open up the fifth seal, right? I saw underneath the altar, I'm gonna paraphrase you a little bit, right? See, anyway, talking about there was these the two witnesses on the altar, right? And they was crying out to their 12th man, right? Until when, right? Master, the holy and true, told Master Muhammad, are you not judging and avenging our blood out of those inhabited earth? Remember, the earth represented European countries, America specifically, and Britain, and was given them each robe white. You understand? The angel understand that one, right? That means they're negotiating with European, but you would understand that. And was told them that they should rest up a little time, that's 6 months, right? Until, right, fulfill also the fellow slave to them, they're talking to Iran this time, right? For slave to them and brothers them having about to be killed as they were. In other words, they had to be bombed and dominated like Iran was. See? And then he was going to go into action. So when we see Iran, they already had the war with them. There'll be a war with Syria, right? All up to, and then the war in Syria in at the same time the war breaks out in the Middle East. See, because it says once that happens, then I'm going to action. See? So we will see Iran, enriching uranium at a heavy rate. We'll see Syria under constant attack. We see Russia and America at it over Ukraine. We see Europe and Britain split apart. That's what we see. That's the environment we see right now. It's right there. And anybody can tell you that familiar with the angel, I didn't just make this up. I've been talking about this for years, even before they showed up. But since they showed up, I've been talking about it. And this scenario wasn't even on the front page back then. Back I was still talking about, watch the weather. Here see COVID coming. I was talking about COVID long before they was talking about it. That's that plague that will come to kill the firstborn. Pass over us. So anyway, and this what I'm talking about right here. If you go back, I find it, it's on YouTube. If you go back and look at it, you see this is an old remake. What I'm giving right now is an actual remake. I didn't put this together yesterday. This is a remake from over a year ago. Over a year ago. In the silence, and as he opened up the sixth seal, that's in the silence. Because when you go back in the fifth seal, look at it carefully. He doesn't hear anything there. He hears something. All the seals except the fifth, and that's the silence. That's where they're attacking Syria and told away. And now here's in the silence. Now it's in the silence. That's when war breaks out. See, and it breaks out. It breaks out because it says, right, a wind blew that caused the fig leaves to be blown before while it was unripe. Right? That's the figs. See, false Israel represents the fig tree, and figs is American Britain. That means before they had a chance to do their plan, Master Muhammad did his plan. See? It says, because as a fig tree threw unripe figs, because the wind blew before they was able. Because they was planning to take out Iran, and Master Muhammad, before they had planned to take root, right, cultivate, he went there. That's what it's talking about. So that's what they planned. They already tell you they planned it. They're doing it open. They were actually making plans. They're doing drills, everything else, attack Iran. I already tell you they're doing it right now. They said they're going to do it. They said, I don't care what the JCPOA doing. So at what point they actually pull that trigger? And they said they have to do it within the next few weeks because Iran is moving so fast With that uranium, they say have to. They tell you they can't wait. In their calculation, they have to do it within the next month or so. According to their calculation, because Iran is rich in uranium so fast. You got your eye on Ukraine, all that kind of stuff. No, that's where it's going to blow up at first, and then it's going to move to Europe. You understand? But it said, matter of fact, I'm going to move before they do. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think we're going to get past tomorrow. Yeah. Because, see, this is not totally dependent on Master Muhammad too. Because, I mean, he's reacting. He's reacting to their plan. So unless they say, okay, we're going to care if they get rich uranium and we're just going to back off, we don't care about JCPOA and all that kind of stuff. But let's do that, then Master Muhammad don't have to make a move, he don't have to, but he knows he has to make this move because he's protecting us too. He had to do it before because that's his elect. The Shia's elect. So he going to protect them. That's his rod of iron, which will rule the nations. So he's not going to let them go down, destroyed, and that's what falsehoods plan on doing. So you add it up, brothers and sisters, add it up. In the silence. See? So I'm going back a little bit here. NJCPOA 2018, right? Trump ended it. Then here it is. Remember, they rich the rain, they're pushing. That's the wind that's blowing. They talk about in the sixth seal, the wind is blowing, right? Because they're putting all that pressure on America and Britain as far as Israel. Remember, they got the white robes, because the white robes represent the European countries. They're white. They got the white robes, right? And they put pressure on America, Britain as far as Israel, because they're rich in that rain so fast. There's a lot of pressure on them. Like I said, they cannot allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon for the reason I just told you. You got to understand that in their mind, that cannot happen. They can't let it happen, and it's happening. So they got to stop it. So that means there's putting a lot of pressure, and that's that wind that's putting that pressure on them. They got to do something about it, and they'd say Iran's only days away. So that tells you everything you need to know. Add it up. Add it up, brothers and sisters. There you go. There's the war. See? 2000. Remember this I put over a year ago. This is a remake. Redo. I mean, it's not even remake. This actual presentation I gave over a year ago. And I said, the reason I put between 5 and 7 months, because it says about 6 months, about half an hour, which is approximate. So I gave myself some room here between July and October. Because we're not talking about beginning of the year, January. Beginning of the year for us is March. First day of spring. So that puts you the 5th month would then be July, and 7th month, right, would then be what we call the 9th month, or the 10th month, which is October. So it'd be sometime between July and October. Because they say about. They said 6 months. I'm thinking I'm going with the 6 months. For other reasons. Okay. So I'm saying time's up from the Angel point of view, because I'm using 6 months, even though they said about. I'm going 6 months because I want this thing over. So, but I'm letting you know, I said over a year ago, and this presentation out there over a year ago. Okay. And this is a remake of one I did several years ago. Okay. So there you go. They're defeated, like chapter 18. Now America's at war with European countries, Russia and EU. I told you, I says, are you going to turn against them? And now you see it happening before your eyes. Because you saying, hey man, I'm not going to suffer out there, freeze my ass because America venturism, because Russia's going to turn that oil off. They say if Russia turns that oil off, they're going to freeze this winter. They said people are going to revolt. They already tell you, they already set the stage. That means they're going to turn on America because they want Russia to turn that oil back on. And they just got finished defeating the Middle East, because they was going to be first. That means they ain't going to have no access to oil from the Middle East because they was helping America in that. So the only place they're going to have oil is Russia, and it's going to be a cold winter. And they say, we're going to suffer and freeze and stink and everything else because of your venturism, America's venturism, Uzbekistan or Ukraine or whatever. No, you turn the oil back on Russia, we're going to be on your side. I already told you. And UK going to go down, China going to take them out just like that. Bam. They'll be the first ones to go. First ones go. That's the sealed Bible talks about the firstborn, the first plague, and the unsealed Bible. See, the unsealed Bible is talking about Britain as the firstborn because they before America. See, and it says they're going to be taken out. It says the cry in Egypt and America will be so great because when they say the way for Britain's going to take out by China, the way they're going to take them out, it's going to be devastating. And it said it's going to be so distressing in America. It said the cry be so great like ever. Because they got emotional attachment to Britain. And they're going to be totally wiped out, totally destroyed, just burned to its crisp. And that's going to be devastating. One thing will survive is the militaries that's outside of the country. They're going to run over here to help defend America. The ones that's not helping fighting in Europe. Because that's what America and God going to make their last stand. God and God, China, all the colonies, all the king colonies, right? New Zealand, Canada, Australia, so forth, so on. Right in this hemisphere, it's going to make their last, in this hemisphere, be the last stand. God can make our last stand. That's why this whole hemisphere is going to be burned up. A lot I can tell you about that, bro, says, but I'm going to start wrapping this up. I didn't mean to even talk about this today. So. And then Armageddon, that's the 9 plagues. 9 plagues in Armageddon. Now America's at war in Europe. All Europe's turned against them. NATO and everything is turned against. Everything backfires. So everything's going to go bad for you. You have no good luck. All your friends, all your lovers turned against you. They abandon you. You're going to be all alone. Getting your ass kicked over there. Have turmoil and insurrection here in America. Like you've never seen before. America been full-blown civil war here. Trouble everywhere. Armageddon, that's a European war. So we're getting there, brothers and sisters. Then the 4 winds. You got now a civil war. Now you got the 4 winds blowing in America. That's double turmoil. Everything you look around just gets worse and worse and worse. Now you got the 4 winds blowing. You can read at your leisure. That's at the same time our people is resurrected, coming together, get the hell out of here. Those that do, that start a tribulation. Some of us don't make it. The Levites, that's it. Soon I clean that up, get demons, clean them out of there. Right? They got to go to tribulation. But most of us out here. That's 4 winds blowing. See? That's adding to your destruction. On top of all this going, 9 plagues, that's Armageddon, total insurrection here. Now you get hit by the 4 winds. You see, read the 4 winds. Read the first 4 trumpets. See what those are like. Ain't pretty. And this is just beginning your troubles. This is just beginning your troubles. Then we're gonna wrap this up, brothers and sisters. I'm not going any further in this, because there's no point, because your time is up. Nothing I can tell you is going to save your ass, going to buy you any more time. I told you immediate last month, you didn't listen. And this I'm not going to go into this, but this references that red horse, the second horse. It said take peace away from the earth. They start slaughtering each other to Armageddon. Start slaughtering each other. And when you're doing that, because you can't help it. Even though in the process you see China, but you're empowering China and India because you're destroying yourself, you're destroying your own ships, your military and everything, right? You're not going to use any nuclear weapons. And then what happens? Now, China and India become the greatest power, more powerful than you because they have all their armies, 200 million man army, they got all their equipment and everything else. All yours destroyed. And plus you're destroying all your soldiers. And your alliance is all torn apart. Now you don't have any alliance. America's all by itself, except for Canada, Britain, New Zealand, and Australia. And Australia's almost wiped out because that's one of the first place China's going to take out. New Zealand also. So most of their military escapes. See? They come here to help fight. So all they got now is just Canada and the military, what remains of the military from New Zealand, Australia, and Britain. That's all they got. So China's going to take out Australia. They already took out UK. They're going to take out Australia, just like that, New Zealand. So they're going to come over here and make their last stand. I think that's it, brother. So I think I'll leave it there. I think that's it. Let me make sure here. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. I have more, but like I said, I don't mind going to anymore. I told you, your time is up. I don't need to be talking about this anymore. It says like talking to a dead man. What's the point? Right? You need to be talking to yourself, right? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Time's up. Time's up. And we will avenge our women. Totally. We're going to avenge them and we're going to protect them. We're going to secure them. And they're never going to want or fear or be anxious or anything ever again. Ever. They're going to bask in their beauty and their loving hearts, because our women have the most loving hearts on the planet. You haven't seen that because you corrupted their hearts. Our women have the most loving hearts on the planet. And all you that have mothers, you know that. All you that have, I think all you have mothers, right? All you that have mothers know that. You know, loving kiss she gave you as a baby, you was wiping your behind, change your diapers, and you sucking on her nipples. You know what love was. Then you grew up and then you start acting crazy, and then she had to kind of like defend herself from your dumb ass. But you know how much love she gave you? And that's when she was going through hell and all this other stuff. How do you think much love she's going to give you when she's been in paradise? And then that love reflects back on her man. Oh, man, can you imagine that? You can't. You can't. That's why Elijah Muhammad says she's out of heaven. See? Because you never even seen a black woman yet. All you see is a shadow of black women. See? We've only seen a shadow of our women. And they've only seen a shadow of us. See? Look. I'm about to move those shadows. It's the real deal. And when you see that original woman for what she really is, you know, are you going to be able to handle it? Are you going to be able to handle it, brothers? And that's just to see what you really are. That loving heart embrace you. Brothers, you have no idea what's waiting for you. Assalamu alaikum.